In the name of God, the most gracious and merciful, may blessings be upon our Master Muhammad. In response to the requests of virtuous individuals, God willing, we will have discussions on the book, The Collapse of Atheism and Sins. This book, which was written in the context of answering a group of young people's questions about the phenomenon, atheism, the numerous doubts that arise in their minds, especially considering the Arab Spring wave, which generated a unique sense of freedom and a profound impact on society. Youth explosion. Thoughts and questions were rich within their minds. Therefore, God willing, we will begin this series by studying the book, The Confusion of Atheism. We will make an effort to broaden the viewpoints and include several details or additions that were not previously mentioned in our discussion. The book. Because the book was written in a concise manner, it is intended to directly answer young people's questions. By the way, God willing, there will be a revised, more comprehensive version of the book. It will include further insights from the initial challenging version. Oh, to answer the questions that young people ask, yes, today, God willing, glory be to Him, we will begin with the appearance. Contemporary atheism. So how did contemporary atheism emerge? How did we come to face a generation that lacks shame about certain behaviors? Its members are particularly notable, especially among the Backs, Muslims, because this is what matters to us primarily, to convey the two events. When examining the history of the incident in Western societies, we discover pivotal moments that shaped its narrative. European civilization. At a significant crossroads, the historic church and the devoted Christian clergy stood together, contemplating their next steps. Anti-science, especially in the early Middle Ages. We know that medieval Europe was a society deeply rooted in religion. It serves as the main source of knowledge on specific topics or subjects. What is in the Bible? This is the view that was based on the Bible. It was built on a set of pillars, the first of which is that the earth is the center of the universe, meaning, for the biblical scholars during the Middle Ages, the earth was widely considered the central point of the entire universe, and then subsequent studies convincingly proved otherwise. Future research might reveal that the earth is indeed the center of the universe. Ultimately, what truly matters to them in the end is scientific discoveries. This long-standing theory has been proven conclusively wrong. The church held that the earth was the universe's center, with everything revolving around it. Circle means group. From the planets. The church also considered the Bible to be the essential tool for teaching and guiding its followers, through which you know. Understand the start of creation through it, man and the end of the universe. Even the church gave numbers for the beginning of the creation of the universe and the end of its creation. Universe. These are matters that science has proven to be wrong, and thus the church was in direct confrontation with scientific discoveries the European mind found. He himself faced this concern between following what came in the Holy Book, and he followed science founded on practical and real-world applied indicators. Demonstrate the contrary claim. Religious vision is also at the heart of this vision of the world. She was created by the church for the societies of medieval Europe. God is the ultimate creator of this vast universe we inhabit. Without previous example, He is the one who controls its laws and secrets. That means God created the universe, and He also controls its laws, constantly. So the universe. From the ecclesiastical perspective, it proceeds. God created the universe with a divine plan, establishing predetermined goals and objectives for it. Plan. The universe is made according to this plan. Therefore, men must trust in God's knowledge and His wisdom instead of relying on His mind and thinking. But the problem here is that the church transformed this deep trust in God into a similar trust in the clergy. It granted the clergy a kind of authority, holiness, and designated them as messengers in the name of God. The main problem lies in the fact that the clergy are indeed human beings, possessing a limited vision that can. People make mistakes or do things correctly. Clergy. As if they were bestowing upon themselves this special sanctity, people believed that God, He is the one who made a mistake. As the clergy were regarded as essential mediators between God and humans, this implies that it is widely known. Now that means, for those who study history, indulgences and operations, self-forgiveness, etc., religious men intervene in the relationship between the relationship between God and man. Therefore, these three major pillars fundamentally governed the Church's view in European societies in the Middle Ages to the world. Therefore, these significant constants will be exposed to intense vibrations during the transformative Renaissance period. Scientific, because this building suddenly fell on the heads of its owners. With the publication of Copernicus' book, Copernicus, when he published his book on the rotation of the spheres, he proved that the Earth is not the center of the universe because it means, by tracking the movement of objects and mathematical equations and using some traditional astronomical methods. It is really simple. Copernicus discovered that the Earth is not the center of the universe, but rather just a planet. Continued. It revolves around the sun, and as a result, one of the key central statements that were previously established has now fallen. The Church addressed her, and people found themselves faced with two distinct choices. Either they could choose to follow or not. They side with the sayings of the Church or side with what modern science proves. And this is a kind of fabrication, emerging from the cracks and deep cognitive anxiety in the collective European mind. What is even worse is that after Copernicus' discoveries, Isaac Newton came along, and he is one of the greatest scientists who established the foundational scientific paradigms that remain influential even in our modern time. His discoveries led to this. It will be convincingly proven that A signifies the fundamental laws of motion in physics and the laws of gravity. It functions automatically, which implies that the very existence of the God has now become a significant issue to consider. Useless high school. The universe means that it has within it laws for self-operation, and therefore it does not need a statement, the external or higher self that governs it all. However, Newton left room. The statement reduces the divine by claiming that certain planetary paths are exposed. From the letter contained here, it is inflated to modify these specific paths, but unfortunately, after that, the issues persist. The world will come. Marquis